Hey guys, I'm Alex with AB Squared Woodworking, and I'm going to start my YouTube channel off just a little bit different than everyone else. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a shop tour kind of in the middle of a big project here. We're completely remodeling our kitchen, so I've got stuff absolutely everywhere. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to give you a shop tour, show you some of my tools, show you the frustrations that I'm living with. Let's see if we can come up with some different suggestions how I can improve. I've got tabletop or countertop that I got here that I'm going to work on. We're going to have a lot of new projects coming up here in the very near future. Okay, over behind where I was just filming there, of course, we got the beer fridge. I've got a little bit of a workstation here that, as you can see, is the horizontal surface that has collected anything and everything. I am the type that I've got automotive background, mechanical background, electrical background, so I got tools for just about everything. Overall, I'm just inside of a standard two-car garage, a little narrower than standard two-car garage. I built this little work table here to help build some face frames for some of the cabinets that I'm building. As you can see, another horizontal that has caught everything. One of the projects I'm working on is a 5-foot by 5-foot solid maple top. I've got about 5 coats of polyurethane on this already. Here pretty soon I'll go ahead and I will do a tutorial on how I go ahead and I'll rub out the final finish on it. As you can see, it looks pretty good though the way it is. The table saw I use is an R4512 by Rigid. Love it. It's been great. Powers through everything that I need it to. I know people have said that the blade doesn't like to stay straight or doesn't line up real well, but I haven't had any issues with it. The fence once in a while, yeah, I gotta tweak it, but their rails, they are a two-part rail system. See if I can get the camera to focus. Right in here we've got a joint, and that's just more or less for shipping. Behind it I built J. Bates free table out of 1 sheet of plywood. I've got that set up as my outfeed table. As you can see below, it's caught gobs of scraps as well. I do have a propane tank there with a weed burner torch on it. I'll show you some projects that I use that for. Mechanics toolbox, Menards special, and nothing to toot a horn about. I've got the G0555 Grizzly bandsaw. It's been a good workhorse for me. I don't use it a whole lot. I'd really like to get a joiner as well in conjunction with it. Really help with some of those projects. Here's some of the clamps and how I do some of my storage. I've already filled it up, of course. Never seems to fail. You always end up with too many clamps for the storage you've got, so I've got to adjust some of that. I've got the old Craftsman table saw. This saw is about 10 years old. It's been pretty good. It isn't real true or anything, but it's done the job. Overall, it's sitting on a rendition of J. Bates miter saw station. Seems to be what everyone is doing. It is quite functional. I did change up the stop a little bit. Up here I've got Bluetooth sound bar. Gotta have your music. I've got some storage up there that I made. As you can see, that's actually all pallet wood is what that is. Work for a sheet metal company, and we get 10-foot long oak stringers there. Gonna do something with at some point. Back here is just kind of another cluster area. I've got a Harbor Freight dust collector. I've got that plumbed down and around and into this trash can. It works. It's not great. And then here is what I came up with. Wood storage. When I built it, it looked great. Had way more than enough storage. Since, of course, never enough storage. But I did build it so it would actually house full 4x8 sheets of plywood in the back that I can slide in there. Then I've got up on top, I've got a spot where I can stack 1x material. And then around the front, if I can get in here, you can see that originally I was going to do this so I could store by species, but that hasn't all worked out real well. I do have the wind air filtration system. That works really well. When we were remodeling the kitchen, we had dust fly, and it did a really good job of helping keep some of that dust out of the air for us. So overall, that's my shop. That's what I've got. I'm going to be working on it as we grow here. Again, I've got several projects that we're going to work on. I've got this countertop that I've got to work on. I've actually got a 17-foot section that I need to build of the exact same thing to match. I've got some cabinets I got to build yet. I've got an exterior door that I need to put in, some floor that needs to go down, and all the doors and drawers for the cabinets. So come along with me and we'll have some fun.